Story number 5, the children caught in the middle. Yes, folks, children are being caught in the middle of so many of what parents and adults go through. We talked about how some people can't stay with one person in this previous segments in the top 8, but talking about how children are being caught in the middle of parents separating, parents on drugs, parents suffering with alcohol abuse. So children are when babies are being born into the world, they're having a problem growing. Some of these children are orphans. We look at the border issue, how a lot of children are caught in the middle of their parents trying to find a better life for them to grow up in. So story number 5 has a lot of substance, a lot of potential to grow into a bigger story because it's developing, and we don't know how to take care of these children where there's just less emphasis on caring for these children or helping them grow and to become better adults. I think it's a big story that I was reading. I was reading a book about Marilyn Monroe and how she was an orphan and how she had a lot of drug problems, a lot battled with depression. You look at even some of these girls who grow into society, they don't have their father around, or just how some people grow into society with a lack of a family structure. But this comes from the nurturing of a child. There's many people who have different beliefs on how to raise children. Some children are around parents who smoke, that the children inhale that secondhand smoke. They grow up with lung problems. So story number 5 has a lot of substance. It has a lot of ability to develop into something bigger. I was reading books about how some children grow up into families with domestic violence, and some of these children have to pick up handguns at an early age. Some children develop drug habits, weed habits very, very early because their parents and their family and their relatives are introducing them to these substances. So you'll probably see stories emerging on how to shine more light on problems within the home, shine more light on on old programs that used to draw awareness to a drug-free community, and more children's programs that talk about anti-drug use, say no to drugs, say no to cigarettes. So you'll probably see more programs being invested in to home in on the child and the family structure, because you can see the breakdown happening in some parts of society. And there was a story that surfaced in how a couple, they're being accused of faking their babies not only birth but the baby's death to collect cash and gifts. So children are being caught in the middle of a lot of situations, not only just children but orphans, children, like I said, children at the borders, children affected by wars in other countries. You see what happened in Syria and in Yemen, how a lot of babies are starving and they don't have adults to take care of them, or adults to give them or to be role models so they can have somebody to look up to. You don't see a lot of this talk happening in a lot of programs that they used to have a while back, or in the 80s back in the day. Some people took it amongst themselves to invest in children's programs so children could have a better life. Some people are still debating on whether children should be whipped or children how they're disciplined. So this is a big topic of discussion. Some people say children are just too spoiled. They don't have any means of discipline. So this is a big topic, and that's why it's crept up to number 5. It's got a lot of substance. There's a woman who was arrested for beating a boy and locking him in a dog cage. So this story, number 5, and when they're talking about how 40% of children have connected with strangers online. There's been pedophiles online, little girls who have been molested, not only by people online, but family members. So children are always caught in the middle of something that goes wrong in adulthood. Did you know that this is a did you know? Did you know that there are actually people who believe that humans shouldn't have children? There is a philosophy called anti-natalism that claims that people should not be populating the earth. There are people who believe that people are a nuisance to this planet, so we should be eliminated. So there are different types of beliefs and different types of ideologies when it comes to children. Some children, Like I mentioned, from the old Aztecs, they used to sacrifice. Some civilizations used to sacrifice children's little babies to the gods. So this is a very, very touchy topic, but it's showing you how human life, children are being caught in the middle. If you want to throw abortion to the issue, you can as well. But this is a hot topic. I see it gaining some steam. Even when it comes to child labor, there was a report that surfaced about Amazon devices that are being built illegally by children working harsh shifts and harsh conditions. So this story surfaced in. So the story number 5, the children being caught in the middle, or children being caught in the middle, has some substance, and I see it gaining some steam. You're in the Mediator with me, Brian West, where it is my duty every week to give you the top 8 headlines and developing news stories. If you yourself want to be a contributor, help out anyway, all I have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program. Constantly reminding you that I am just a mediator. The news journalists and the people on the front line deserve all the credit. I just navigate the news over 200 something stories a week just for you, to give you the top 8 so you can know what's going on and stay aware. If you want to be a contributor, METHOD, the number 8, INC.com. It doesn't take much. All you have to do is buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.